Volkswagen is one of the world's leading automakers, and it has a sizable presence in Canada, not just as a vehicle seller, but now as a builder. The company, which, like many industry players, is preparing for an EV future, picked St. Thomas, Ontario, to build its first battery plant outside Europe, with production expected to begin in the coming years. Volkswagen also recently announced a new boss for the Canadian market, Edgar Estrada, who has been with the company for roughly 25 years and most recently led Volkswagen Mexican operations, now oversees operations in this country, and he joins us here in studio. Good morning. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thank you very much, John.
How are you enjoying your new role so far?
Yeah, I am delighted to be here in the Canadian market now with the Volkswagen brand, and in a very interesting and very challenging market in Canada, and very diverse, very good challenges.
When you call it a challenging market, what is it that you've noticed in the Canadian market versus other markets around the world for Volkswagen?
Well, I think Canada has a very interesting path now in the way of electrification. I think it's much more advanced. We have here in Canada, we see clear rules and regulations that are giving us the opportunity to really develop the EV market in a very good way in the different provinces, around Canada, and very good. For example, the all-new ID4. It's now leading the EV market in a very good way, and this is this evolution into the future.
Yeah, this is the biggest conversation in the stock market this year, is what is the demand for electric vehicles, and it would seem that over the next decade we're going to see quite a bit of transition, but in the short term, I guess the question around what the demand is like, maybe that's also influenced by money matters, the economy, interest rates, all those kind of things. What do you say? What are the determining factors on what vehicle someone wants to buy right now?
I think it's a combination of different factors. You have to take in consideration that, for example, in the Volkswagen brand, we have a very good range of cars. That it's a very good combination between ICEs, combustion engine cars, and the electrical world. So it's a transition. It's not going to be from one day to another. It's step by step, but we are practically covering all the segments. Now, speaking about electrification specifically as well, it has different variables. You have in one part, all the topic about the car, the development, the battery, the technology. The another part is the infrastructure, the charging infrastructure in the cities, in the street, in the highways.
Do you think there's enough? I mean, that's the other big question: is there enough commitment to enough charging stations as people are driving along over the long term?
It's evolving.
Okay.
Every time it's evolving. You have three different kind of charging solutions: housing, what you have in your house; destination. John, you see a lot of malls, for example, now here in Canada. You go down, you go in the parking lot, and there is an EV charging station. You can park your car there, you can charge your car, so it's convenient for you. And of course, destinations. You go in a nice hotel in Muskoka, and you see a very good charging infrastructure. So it's a combination of everything. And it's key in order to develop this industry in the future.
Now, I mentioned that along with determining what people want to buy, you are building in this country. What is the latest on the battery plant in St. Thomas, Ontario? Can you give us an update?
Good. Yes, of course. The factory, the battery plant in St. Thomas is the first one outside Europe. It's a gigafactory. Everything is really running right now in order to start operations in some few years. But could you imagine this? This factory is going to be able to provide 1 million batteries per year. It means to provide 1 million batteries for 1 million cars. So it's strategically located in Canada, in Ontario, because this will fulfill the necessity in all the NAR region, all the
including
different factories.
The United States. And
Of course, it's going to provide batteries to the United States. It's going to provide batteries to Mexico, to the Mexican plant. So it's a very important infrastructure. That's part of the investment. Today, Volkswagen is more Canadian than ever.
And speaking of Canada, it has obviously committed to Volkswagen through subsidies, not just to Volkswagen, but this becomes an interesting subject because I think everyone's trying to figure out the math behind these investments. What would you say to those who are right now really debating this idea of should we see subsidies to the auto industry to build these new plants and these vehicles in the future?
Well, I think, again, that it's a matter of different factors: location, raw materials in Canada, and of course, support is always important, but the strategic vision of the company to really fulfill part of the North American region demand is key. And Ontario was, and Canada was part of that vision for the group worldwide.
Okay. Before I let you go, I was a longtime Beetle owner.
No.
I feel the Beetle doesn't really have a path forward with Volkswagen, but maybe in the electric vehicle world, or no?
Well, a lot of surprises coming for the Volkswagen, but in the meantime, if you love the Beetle, you love the Boss, correct? The Volkswagen Boss, you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Look at the end of this year, John. We are going to launch the completely new ID Boss full electric. And this is going to be an icon car in Canada.
And do you feel like, based on some of these steps you're taking, you're in a position to win market share in the Canadian market over the next few years?
Of course, and it's not just a matter of gaining market share. It's to be relevant into the Canadian market, a relevant player into the Canadian market. That's the vision of the Volkswagen brand.
Okay.